was 2003, and we were pregnant for Mary Madison, and we moved to Little Rock. At 33 weeks, I went back in, and they said I was measuring a little large. You know, they just knew that something was not right. She was delivered by C-section, and I knew right away that she wouldn't survive. She actually ended up living about 10 hours from the time that she came back to us. 100 years is not long enough to have your child, but you know, especially when you have them for such a short amount of time.
So I was 37 and a half weeks pregnant with our fourth child, and we did not know what we were going to be having. We've always been surprised at the very end. It dawned on me that I hadn't felt the baby move for a while. I was sure that everything was fine. I didn't want him to worry.
But yeah, then the doctor came in and did the ultrasound himself. Looked for quite a while. It felt like it might not have been very long. But then he just said, I'm so sorry.
We spent 6 years trying to have a child, and I had a perfect pregnancy. It was, it was perfect. Saturday morning I woke up and I just couldn't feel her. I couldn't feel her moving. We decided to go into the hospital and check it out, and we really thought they were going to just send us home. They hooked me up to the monitors, and there was nothing. There was no heartbeat that we'd always heard.
An awful experience to watch your wife labor through, labor, and knowing that, she's not going to get to take her home.
Taylor and I found out we were pregnant with our first baby in October of 2008. We were so excited. We had been wanting a baby for so long. And I was so early pregnant. On the little emails that they send you out, that it said your baby is the size of a poppy seed. And so we decided to give the baby Poppy Seed Adams. That's what we called the baby. I had a great pregnancy, nothing to complain about. Everything was perfect. At 15 weeks, we had an early ultrasound thanks to a friend, and found out that it was a girl, and we named her Mamie after my great aunt. It was perfect. Everything was perfect. It was a beautiful day. I was going in for just a quick checkup. I told Taylor, I said, there's no need for you to go in. I'm just gonna run in. He's gonna check, see if everything looks good. And, I'll call you as soon as I get out. I went in to see my doctor, and I was nervous. It just didn't feel right. I could just see it in his face. There was something wrong. He said, Sarah, let's go down to the ultrasound room. They took me into the ultrasound room, and that's where they told me that Mamie was gone. She had passed away. There was no heartbeat. It felt like it was a nightmare. After getting home from the hospital, I just felt lost. I felt like there was something that I needed to be doing to give back. I had this ornament in my closet, in Mamie's closet, that I wanted to put her footprints on and have it glazed and all pretty for the Christmas tree. Actually, I started talking to Brittany about it. What could we do? How could we do this for families? And we kind of started brainstorming back and forth and thought, well, what if we did something that people could keep out year round, not just at Christmas? And that's kind of how the plate idea came about. So we launched Mamie's Poppy Plates on her first birthday. That weekend alone, we raised over $5,000, and we were so excited, thinking we could provide plates for more than just families at St. Vincent. We could provide plates for families all over the state.
To know that several years later we could use her footprints and have her very own footprints on the plate it was just a really nice feeling. It just made me feel like this was yet something else of hers that is a part of us that can be displayed.
When anyone dies that you love, their possessions or the things that they've touched or anything of them becomes so much more important to you and becomes treasures. And especially with a baby, you don't have a lot of those things. It's just amazing to have something that is of her and, you know, looks exactly like what her foot would look like.
We had no clue how to handle this situation, and then even how to handle the memories after. So just having something was so nice, you know. And we weren't expecting to have anything when we left, and just having something was a big surprise, and it just, I don't know, having something up hers.
That plate has always been something that we cherish, and we have it hanging in our living room wall. Every year we do something very special. Almost every picture that we take for infant awareness, the plate's somewhere in there, and it's such a beautiful representation of, we call it a beautiful tragedy, because Annabelle was beautiful. The things that have come out of her death are beautiful.
It's basically the only thing besides us that she's touched. It can't be replaced. It's completely irreplaceable, and it's our closest connection to her.
It is our representation. It's everything.
Now we service 17 hospitals. We're outside of the state of Arkansas. We have volunteers that come in regularly to help us just with the ins and outs of providing these plates for families. We have professional painters that come in. They're extremely talented. We've been reacting to the growth for just right at 3 years now, and we're excited about the planning that we have now for the future. So our vision for Mamies Poppy Plates is for us to be a nationwide nonprofit organization in the next 10 years. We have our biggest fundraiser of the year is our Race to Remember, which is in June around Mamie's birthday. And our very first race, we had over 2,000 people in attendance. Last year was a big race again, and it was at Dickey Stevens Park, and we're looking forward to having it at Dickey Stevens again this year. People come and they form teams in memory of their babies. It's a great way for families, for parents, and for families to recognize their babies. We look forward to, you know, seeing these families and seeing them continue to grow year after year. It's a special relationship, and it's a special network that these parents have with one another to come out and walk together. Mamies Poppy Plates is a fully donation-driven nonprofit, and we cannot tell you how thankful we are for this outpouring of support that we've experienced from this community over the past 3 years. We need your continued support in order for us to grow and continue to serve these families.